Hey guys, Fronte here. We're working on Drifen 94 first violins. Today we're focusing on first step one is being able to identify the notes, not only reading them because they have a lot of ledger lines, but also identifying where they are in our instrument. Then adding in not just the notes, but we need to add in the rhythm, bowings. There's a lot of shifts, so we need to focus on the accuracy of the shifts and making it sound like music. So step one, let's identify these notes. Let's figure out the names, where they are on our instrument, and how do we even get there? How do we get from place A to place B? And how do we do it smoothly? So step one, our first note is E. It's also your harmonic on your violin. Remember, these harmonics, you don't have to press down on them for the note to produce. I don't know if you can see it as closely. The pinky's not pressed. It's nice and it just rings. So that place in your instrument should be really easy to find. If you just place your hand all the way at its neck and extend I have to extend a little bit with these tiny hands, but to each their own. Some of you might have a tape there that can help. Please make sure that's your fourth finger. And for this, you can press down just for what I'm saying, to find the note. You don't have to. Then we have our B after. But it's asking you to shift. So what position is your fourth finger E in? If you said fourth position, you would be correct. How do I know that besides being very smart and that it says it in your music 2 measures before? What is the name of your first finger that it's on? Hint, hint, look at measure 92. E. So to play an E, it requires you using your fourth finger in first position. So that's how you know it's fourth position. Okay, but now it's telling you to move to B in third position. So normally B would be your first finger in fourth, but we need to make that our second finger. So this note now needs to become your second. So maybe just practice going from those first 2 notes. If you need to take like 2 to 3 beats off, like move hand, and again, move to B, and one more time. And if you need more than that, remember, you can just pause the video and just work on that. And now let's do it without the break. Find your note and now if the rhythm is 2 half notes, I apologize. Let's add that in while we're at it. And that's tied over. Okay, so the rest of the notes are in third position until we see Roman numeral 5 in the middle of measure 95. So let's work on just the shifts. So if we're at 94 in third position with our second finger, and it's asking us to move, by the way, that's your note B, it's asking us to move to C natural. Is that a whole step? Is it a half step? Are there any notes in between B and C natural? No. But you are going from your second finger to your first. So think about it this way. Normally, you would play C natural right here, touching the B with your third finger. So just instead of your third finger, why don't you replace that with your first finger? And just practice working on that shift. Look at my hand. I'm sorry. This is a little technology, folks. Are you able to see that this is where my first finger is going? Look at the gold finger, and it's going to be replaced. And now, let's say if you're still struggling with that, take a couple of beats off. In between, same way we worked on going from the first 2 shifts. And let's get into that. So we're in third position and our notes are B natural, the B, second finger. And then it goes A, B, shift. So now let's start at 94. Let's put it all together. Shift. Yes, I know I didn't add rhythm yet, but I want to make sure that the accuracy of the shift is there, and then we can add the rhythm. So if you need to pause this video and just get the notes and the shifts, please do so. And now I'm going to add the rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So yes, to shift into 5th position for the C natural is within 8th notes. It's going to go a little faster. So if you need to rewind and just really make sure you have that shift, please do so. Do not move forward until that is done. So let's say we did that. Welcome back if you paused. And then we're up there for the rest of the measure. What are the fingerings? Now I'm going to show. I'm at measure 95, the last 4 notes. So first off, you ended the note before in a C natural. It goes up by step. D is your next note. Whole step for the E, which is your next note. Back to the D, back to the C natural. So I would recommend keeping the first finger anchored so you know where to go and that you're not like hesitating finding the position. So that was just starting at C natural in the 5th position. Let's just get the notes in tune first. You can tune to me. Here's your first note. Next note, whole step. Next note, whole step. Back to D and C natural. So let's put it together. 94. Add rhythm if you, add rhythm please. Ready? And. Oop, I went 1 step ahead. I went right back to 3rd position, just like how you do in 94. So if you need to work on going back now from 5th position to 3rd on just that. So if you're practicing that, getting from 3rd to 5th, you should also practice going from 5th back to 3rd. And that will eliminate that issue. We can go now. Let's repeat that same thing. 94 to the downbeat of 96. In here, we are going from 4th position to 3rd to 5th, back to 3rd. All within a matter of 2 measures plus the downbeat of the 3rd measure. That is crazy, guys. Like, kudos. You're going to be able to do this, and it's going to sound amazing. So, let's review that one more time, and then we're going on up. We're moving on up to 6th position, I see in the future. Woo. All right, let's try this. E, remember, we're in 4th position. Remember finding it with your harmonic. And sorry, I forgot to shift. Shift, hand. And for 96, it has a G. Please, 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 please do not shift to 1st position for the G. Let's just cross over 4th finger on the A string. Why would we want to go all the way here to go here to go here to here when we can just stay in 3rd position and just roll that 4th finger right over? Let's look at just those 2 notes in 96. It's a 2nd finger B in 3rd. Simple as that instead of doing. It's too much shifts, too many shifts. There's a chance of it being out of tune for the notes before and the notes after. So no point jeopardizing that, where we can just stay in our 3rd position and it will help us get to our next note, which is, hint, it is a note that we've already played. Maybe not the same fingerings, but we've seen this note. Okay, it is E, our harmonic E, but instead of it being a 4th finger or a 3rd finger in 5th position, it is our 2nd finger. But we should know how to find where this note is. It's our harmonic, remember that, so like we should know where it is. Some of you guys have a tape for it. And now make it your 2nd finger. So now the trick is to get from this B, and remember, for any of the shifts that you're struggling with, really practice it with adding rest to help you move your hand. I'm just showing you right now where it all is, but the practicing really needs to happen on your end. And if that is a really great strategy, so that you're practicing them and you're getting that muscle memory of shifting back and forth. So if you need the 3 beats rest, 1, 2, 3, and hit the note, you can do so. 2 beats, 1 beat. You get the deal. And now we have an extremely high note, probably the highest note you'll see until the next page. And it is a high G. So remember, we've discussed this before about location of our thumb. See how it's all the way over here? We don't want that. The higher up on your instrument, the more under the violin the thumb needs to come. It likes to be with your first finger as much as possible. So we definitely don't want any detachment issues from there. We want to keep it as close to possible. So if E is my second finger, how many fingers would the note G be? Just use like math, like, E is 2, F is 3, then G would be 4. Okay, but how do we know what's in tune? E to F, half step, F to G, whole step. So you can see there's a little bit of space. My little pinky's struggling to stay curved. That's going to be a challenge for us to have that muscles to keep our fingers up and curled. So keep that in mind. And then it goes to the F natural, which is already placed down. So now let's just play the rhythm, staying in 6th position, and then we'll focus on going back from 96 in 3rd position to the 6th. Ready? And 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, again, and. And then now let's go into 3rd position and get into this. Ready? Here we go. And now let's put pieces together, putting the puzzle together, starting at 94 on our E. And remember, it is your 4th finger. Find it with your harmonic. It will only work, harmonics again will only work if you're in the sweet spot. If I'm here it's not coming out. There it is. 1, 2, ready, and. Oh, and I forgot to shift yet again. If that was you and you're forgetting that too, maybe we can circle that in our part and remember to shift into 3rd position. Sometimes if you circle it, it's like comes a little more noticeable. Try it again. Ready, and. And then we have 98, which is your 2nd finger, same as 96. I would mark that in, and then you shift into 3rd position, and you stay there. And then you should know how to play the rest from there. So the focus is really 94 to the downbeat of 98. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, send me a message on Google Classroom, and I hope this helps. Great, have a good day.